Hello, hello. Welcome to Monday, the 26th of January. All right, let's see if it works today. All right, so we currently have the moon in Taurus. Now, this week is so interesting. All right, now, all last week we had all the planetary troop that were in Capricorn have now moved across Pluto. Now, Mars is still yet to meet up with Pluto, and that is going to be on Wednesday, and that's going to be quite confrontational, explosive, dynamic, forceful. You know, you could just have very radical realizations that cause you to like flip that switch. But you know, that's the week ahead. Today, Moon in Taurus, being ruled by Venus in Aquarius. All right, so Venus is now come down out of the office. She's away from the CEO Capricorn stuff, and she is walking amongst the people. All right, she's concerned with humanity and how people are going, and you know, there's the groups, associations, humanitarianism, but it's also future hopes, dreams, and desires. So now, because I'm back in exam prep mode, we're using dispositors. So Moon in Taurus, Venus in Aquarius. Venus in Aquarius ruled by Uranus in Taurus. So Uranus and Venus have this mutual reception going on, which just means that even though there may be tension, they have an underlying understanding of each other. So as far as that moon goes, it's like, yeah, okay. Now, interestingly, um, I was sort of trying to get this analogy happening. All right. So we've got this troop of planets. They've moved past Pluto. And now, because they are still in that big stellium, each of them get to then just deposit their unwanted um, burdens into the basket that is the South Node in Virgo. All right. So that awareness that we have that drains us of all that is good. All right. So now I'm saying this because all of the planets are going to make an inconjunct with the South Node. All right. So now Venus made her inconjunct yesterday at 11 a.m. So today we have Mercury coming past, Mercury in Aquarius, making that inconjunct. All right. So there's a deliberate conversation. There is deliberate action required in order to offload that burden because you know it is not good for you. All right, so that's at 5 p.m. So I think that is the cognitive awareness. Now, I've said in the words today that there could be some tension around today because we've got a day full of squares. And like I said, because all the planets are in one spot, they're making squares to everything one after the other. So once we understand that this is a process that is unfolding and we can expect the next thing to come at X amount of time. So like I said, yesterday was Venus, today is Mercury. Tomorrow, then we have the sun. All right, and then we have Mars coming up later on in the piece because Mars is only at 1 right now, so he's going to take a little bit longer to get there. But so right now we have the moon in Taurus square Mars. All right, so moon in Taurus just wants to, you know, like I just had breakfast and it was amazing. It was so delicious. And I didn't really want to train, but I did because I want to be strong in the future. So, first of all, I satisfied Mars in Aquarius and went and did my workout. And then I satisfied the moon by going, you know, all right, I'm going to eat this yummy food. So, that tension that I could feel between the laziness of the moon and the proactivity of Mars, I was like, okay, let's work this a different way. All right, let's utilize the tension. So same goes for you. So we're thinking comfort, values, security, finances, self-worth, things that are valuable and important to you. You know, you may not want to, or maybe the tension is the desire to rush ahead so that everything can be done really quickly. But in reality, we want slow, steady progress, aka Saturn. All right. So we are in practice mode right now. And like I was saying with that progression, everything is waiting its turn to offload to that south node. There's the dawning realizations that yes, it's past Pluto. We can see how this thing needs to transform and may bring up crisis mode or triggers, but we're also adult and mature enough to know that we can actually let those things go. Boundaries. All right, let's take a breath and see if there's anyone here because it's definitely not working. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Kath. How are you? I was thinking about you earlier, Susan, so I'm glad you're here. Thank you. All right, so I've spoken about the Mars at 8:30. Actually, let's read the words. All right, like I said, there could be some tension around today, but it's because we are in a time of transition and the new direction could feel like a new pair of shoes that haven't been worn in yet. Approaching with caution in the same way that you might like wear new shoes a little bit each day rather than just jumping into a situation and knowing that you'll probably get blisters. All right, so here is that analogy of practice. And it doesn't have to be massive, it can just and even with the moon in Taurus, I think this is fabulous because we've got that, I just keep saying about your physical body is going to react first, and then the rest of you catches up because it's an autonomic response. The other day I was talking about genetic memory and cellular memory. These are things that are innate in us. They are, when we talk about our genetics, what our grandmothers went through in their formative years are the hormones and signatures that get passed on through our mother to ourselves. And same goes for us. My experience got passed on to my sons, and I don't know how it works. I think it's pretty much the same. My stress experience or my lived experience through that hormonal response got passed on to my children, and therefore it goes down the road. Again, I'm like not gonna say that's 100% right because I haven't quite looked into that. I know it works specifically with females. I'm just not 100% sure with males. It feels like it should, but I'm not going to quote that as a fact. All right, so again, there is tension. We are feeling it. We are practicing conscious embodiment where we can then go, oh, I'm doing that thing and I'm going to try it differently. I'm going to wear those pair of high heels in before I go to the wedding and have to dance all night in them because, trauma response, my feet are going to be like, you bitch, you could have done something different. All right, so back to the day. All right, so I did say earlier that the Mercury is in conjunct that South Node at 5 p.m. All right, but we're going to get there first. All right, so 8:30 square Mars, 11 a.m. square Pluto. Clarity, understanding, things coming up out of the darkness or out of secrecy, secrets being told, in order for understanding to become relevant. Understanding being that cognitive area that allows us to then offload because we can see it's not good for us. All right, so that's at 11 a.m. Now, it's pretty much later on in the afternoon that we get the rest of the stuff. After 12, a square to Venus forms, but remember everything is in Aquarius. Going back to that Uranus in Taurus, Venus in Aquarius feeling. My future depends on my senses. I need to be in my senses so I can change my future. They're in mutual reception. The conversation just keeps going backwards and forwards. And that is relevant for all of these planetary things I'm talking about. So after 4, the square to Venus starts. At 4, the moon is square the sun, all right? Moon in Taurus, sun in Aquarius. Again, what is the blockage that stops you from wanting to do the things that are going to help you in your future direction or the community, or maybe again financially you want to spread your money out and help lots of people but you don't have those finances, so I don't know, again, it's your reality and you are going, oh my god, that's what's happening there in my life. All right, so around that 4 o'clock mark. Now the one after that is going to be a square to Mercury at 10. So I don't think that one's as relevant, but you can just sort of see, like where are you feeling this? This discomfort is showing where you need to be focused on. And just know that, if we go through the week, tomorrow there looks like, oh, tomorrow Neptune moves into Aries. Oh, this is the big final. Neptune has moved, so now every time Mars moves, Neptune's going to get influenced because Neptune is in Aries. All right, now we currently have Mars in Aquarius, so that freedom fighter fighting for the things that I spiritually believe in are very relevant. All right. So, and you can look at the world stage and go, damn. Now, Mars is conjunct Pluto tomorrow. All right. So, the fact that Neptune has moved, Mars and Pluto, I would keep an eye on things around this time. Again, unless it's angry words or confrontation because you are putting in a boundary or a hard no or a stop, then keep moving with that one. It is definitely dramatic. That is Wednesday is dramatic. And the moon is going to be moving into Gemini Wednesday morning. So I think it's going to be more of verbal stoushing rather than, potentially punching people in the face, which is way more Aries than Gemini. So now Thursday, Mercury conjunct Venus. All right. So you can see how it's like, but actually, maybe we can find some clarity in our thoughts. Maybe we can love rather than fight. I don't know. That's Thursday. And then Friday is a bit more of a adjustments day. Saturday, I get more adjustments. And then Sunday, slowly starting to make into this transition where we're like really offloading things. We're really understanding where everything is playing out in our life. And I don't know, I just feel really good about it. All right. I feel really good about it. And I should stop talking and see who's here so I can say more hellos. Good morning, Amanda. So let's draw a card for the week, or let's draw a card for the day or the week. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what comes out. Hey. So yeah, definitely consider those things that you are ready to offload. Like I was saying, Venus dropped her burden yesterday. Mercury does it today. The sun does it on, when does the sun do it? The sun does it on Thursday. All right. So yeah, I think as we're starting to sort of get rid of more and freeing up space for the future, that's a whole decluttering thing. That's South Node in Virgo, absolutely perfect for decluttering because you're making room for new things in life because those ones just don't suit you anymore. Donate them, recycle them, bury them, compost them, do whatever you want with them, but you're allowing that energy to move into a different image of itself. Maybe. All right. Okay, what card? Well, this one. Oh, this is the card that represents the pack. I don't think I've had this one before. Card number 36. If a cat curls round the moon. Hello, is it Salem, your cat, Susan? Can't remember. Thinking of your kitty. I saw that post that you did the other day of him rubbing around something, and I was like, no. You have to tell me his name. I'm thinking Salem, but I'm not sure. Good morning, Louise. All right, card number 36. Oh, I had my hand on it. All right. Letting go of codependent relationships and the value of interdependence. If a cat curls around the moon, it's a sign to release yourself from the enmeshments and claim the freedom and independence to be your own person with healthy boundaries. There we go. There's the boundaries. All right. If you've gone along just to get along or engage in people pleasing, you may be concerned about the consequences of saying no. What would happen if you set up a boundary and chose what you really wanted? Don't give your power away to someone else's reactions. It's more important to choose what feels right and true for you. Celebrate your uniqueness too. Choosing to do things your way doesn't mean that you're doing anything to promote endings or drama. It's a healthy separation to have your own views, your own perspectives, and still be engaged. Codependent relationships are always unhealthy and unsupportive in the long run. Speak up, share your mind, and be okay with learning from others who have different ideas. You don't have to agree with them if it's not right for you. As people, we need each other. We weren't built to live on our own, and now you are being wholly supported as unique beings, able to love and be loved and be yourself, allowing healthy interdependence to replace the sticky quality of draining relationships. No matter what your inquiry, when the cat curls round the moon, it is a sign to step back, reassess what you really want, how you really feel, and how you really want to feel. Only then can you step forward. You can't go wrong. And I just love all of this. With this massive Aquarian stellium that we have. Now, Aquarius is emotionally detached because it can see the bigger picture and it knows that something needs to be done by someone. All right. So rather than getting that sticky engagement like the card was talking about, you can step back, take a breath, be unique. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and we've got that Venus Uranus Taurus thing happening. So again, I'm definitely going to continue on with the sensory aspect of this week, the choices you make to free yourselves from this stickiness that might be lingering. All right. So, oh my God, I've been 15 minutes this morning. So yeah, how does that feel for everyone? Cyrus! Oh, hello, Cyrus. I have a black cat. Oh, there we go. We've got black cat queens here. Yay. I have a black male cat. He's smooching my phone. Hello, Romeo. How are you? Oh, that's so nice. I had a black cat named Merlin back in the day. So they are definitely unique. And one day I will get a cat again. All right, ladies, that is me. I got another clean today. So actually got two. So I just hope that you are transitioning easily. All right. Just remember that you got this and it's your life. It's your future. And if people can't agree with what you believe, then I'm sorry, step back. That doesn't make no sense. So, mwah, love you guys.